A hot glue gun, some lighting, and maybe a little bit of smoke is all that you need in order to create these strange alien egg-looking photographs. I'm Ben from Adaptalux, and welcome back to another abstract macro photography shoot that you can do right in your own home. So those little eggs that you just saw are nothing more than some hot glue. We use this in our HQ all of the time when we're building our products, and the glue gun just sits above a little piece of cardboard. And over the years, that cardboard has, accumulated quite a lot of these little drips of hot glue. And we were looking at them thinking, these look an awful lot like sort of alien eggs. Wouldn't it be cool to experiment with them? So although we've just sort of naturally accumulated these over the years, you can absolutely recreate this with a hot glue gun, just letting it drip down and creating little stacks of globs of glue. It's also got a lot of these weird stringy pieces of glue between each of the dollops, and I think that might look interesting as well. But let's get this down in front of a camera and we can take a closer look, try and find a composition, and then we can add some lighting and maybe a little bit of smoke to really give this shot some atmosphere. So then guys, as you can see, we've got two different sort of piles of alien eggs here. I'm going to start with the larger pile because I think that's going to give us a lot more opportunity for exploration and composition. These ones are stacked much higher, and we'll have a lot more of that stringy glue in the middle, which as I mentioned, I think looks a little bit like alien mucus or something like that. So we can explore all the way around here, and I'm going to be moving the subject around rather than moving the camera around. I think just a nice low down horizontal position for the camera is going to benefit us here. I might change that for this other pile just because it's a little bit lower and I want to zoom in a little bit more. And this is also on a piece of red cardboard, so I think that might change our lighting situation a little bit. So for my lighting, I'm using the Adaptalux Studio. This is the control pod here, sat on a mini tripod, which gives me a little bit of height off the table, and it means I can place it behind my subject back here and bring in some lights from behind. Because this glue is slightly translucent, I think some backlighting is going to bring in a lot more of our color. Speaking of colors, I'm going to start off by plugging in a green lighting arm here. I'll plug this in on this side, and I'm going to stretch it down and around so that we're getting that green light come in from behind those glue drops. And as you can see straight away, that gives us a nice otherworldly look. However, I do also want some contrast in here, so I'm going to bring in an amber lighting arm from the other direction. Now, the placement of this one, I think, is going to be slightly different. The green is coming in from this way, but a lot more backlit than side lit, whereas the amber is side lighting. So the difference there is that we're going to get a lot more highlights from the amber on this side, whereas the green is going to highlight through the translucent glue a lot more than the amber is. And I think that makes it look like we have maybe an explosion off in this side, but the eggs themselves, the alien gloop, is actually glowing green from within. So now with some lighting down on my scene, hopefully you can see what I'm going for. With a translucent subject like this, especially one that is slightly opaque, it's got a little bit of dispersion within the subject, it really picks up on any colors or any lights that you shine in through the back. So backlighting, really powerful for a strange subject like this. If you were to light it from the front, all you do is create a lot of reflections off the shiny surfaces of each of those drops. I actually used this same color combination a few weeks ago when we photographed an alien model. I'll link to that up in the top right hand corner and down in the description if you want to go and check out how to do some toy photography using this same style. But something else that we used in that shoot was a little bit of smoke from the Telesin portable smoke machine. This is a nice little fog machine that creates a little bit of smoke that we can introduce into images really easily. I'm going to try and put a little bit of smoke down into this scene, maybe get a little bit of video, but mostly just add to that alien atmospheric feel that we've got going on with our lighting and our eggs. So I've actually just moved my composition around a little bit because playing around with the smoke, I actually really want to find an empty area of my my scene to add the smoke into. So just here I've moved my my amber arm around a little bit to face the camera a little bit more. So this is now backlighting essentially an empty area of my scene just here. I've given it a nice little lens flare by keeping it just on the edge of the scene there, which I think adds to that sci-fi cinematic feel. Now the last thing that we need to do is add a little bit of smoke into this area just here, which will then be picked up by the amber arm while the eggs are still being lit green with the green arm. So hopefully that's going to give us some orange smoke with the green eggs. And there we go, we can see actually just a tiny little bit of smoke hanging around those eggs on the base, and just little wisps coming off as the smoke starts to dissipate. For video, I think that looks really, really cool. However, for photos, I think we need a little bit less smoke. So I'm going to turn down the settings on my smoke machine here so that we're on dry ice mode. That's a lot of smoke but not very much fan. It means it's going to move very, very slowly rather than very, very quickly. For our stills, I think this is going to be much, much better. Gives us more time to play around with the wisps of smoke as they come and go. So one of the really fun things about the Adaptalux Studio and this lighting is that it's so easy to change out the colors and the lights. So I can change out that green for a blue, and all of a sudden we have a completely different style of image. And if I were to bring in, say, a red from the other side instead of that amber, well, again, we can have that contrast, but with a slightly different look. It's a little bit more menacing, I think, with the red and the blue, two very strong colors opposing one another. So this is a really fun way to play around with different feels and moods in your images without having to completely change your lighting setup. Just adding a little bit of different colors can completely change the mood. We're now in sort of a maybe underwatery look. In fact, I think we can enhance that further, maybe by changing the red for the green again. Blue and green, I think, might make a really nautical looking image. So we've got sort of green where the amber was, and then blue where the green was, and we've got a sort of maybe bottom of the ocean fish eggs or something like that, rather than that alien feel. If you prefer something a little bit more grounded, of course you could do this. And if you really want something very, very grounded and just want to photograph the eggs themselves, well, we can simply go with some white lights. That's a possibility too. So what does it look like if we bring a little bit of white light in from behind those glue globules? Now, actually, that looks even more disturbing, even more disgusting, perhaps, because we're obviously not doing anything too cinematic or stylistic here, but it still looks a little bit strange and weird. With the little bit of smoke as well, I think this might look even stranger. Yeah, what on earth could that be? It's certainly not anything pleasant, so apologies if this is grossing you out a little bit. I think that's kind of the intention. So playing around with a little bit of light, a little bit of smoke, and of course those small little blobs of glue, it's really, really fun. It's an interesting abstract shoot that we've not really covered before, but translucent yet shiny objects like this can make for really fun explorations, especially if you're trying to do something a little bit cinematic. It just so happens that these look an awful lot like alien eggs, or perhaps fish eggs, or, well, something just a little bit... There's something a bit unnerving about them, isn't there? They look a bit wet, they've got these strings between them. It just makes you viscerally not want to touch them, even though they're actually quite hard and there's nothing gross about them. When you look at them small, close up, and with the right lighting, a little bit of smoke, a little bit of movement in the videos, it does give you... well, it gives you the ick, doesn't it? So I'm going to leave them here because I've given myself the ick photographing these. I'd like to know from you guys down in the comments whether or not this gave you the heebie-jeebies. Looking at these little globs of glue, they look a little bit disgusting, so let me know down in the comments whether you enjoyed this shoot, whether you prefer them with coloured lights, maybe the green and amber, or the blue and red took your fancy. Is it something you're going to try out at home? If you enjoyed the video, make sure to hit the like button and hit subscribe for lots more macro photography tutorials, ideas and inspiration coming in the future. For now, that is all I've got time for. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.